Hey everyone, welcome to Dose of Truth Tarot on YouTube. Terryann, what have you got for us today?
I just thought we'd do a little week reading because I couldn't do it last week. I had an appointment. So I thought, let's just do it here. And yeah, you get to see today's Wednesday. So it's a little odd to do midweek, but it might be interesting. We'll just go from Wednesday to, well, we're going into May, right? So I don't know about you over in the UK, but over here, we're having such a slow start to spring, which often happens. I mean, it's not irregular, but most people, and I notice they're Canadians in my area, are, close, they're really tired, really tired. And I kept tuning in and it's our weather, the sort of barometric pressure, and then it releases when it starts to rain, and it looks like we might be getting snow coming up. I didn't check my thermometer today, but it started to rain. So
spring going well then if snow is coming.
Well, going snow it really close to May like this. Yeah, it's a strange thing. So anyway, you can just see how you guys are doing, in different places in the world. You look quite chipper.
Oh, thanks.
So, yeah, you look really clear. Your eyes are clear, face looks good. Whereas most people here are all like kind of gray. And,
oh, really?
I was all morning working with people located in my area. We're all kind of like, all right. So we're going to have to look at this as Northern and Southern Hemisphere. That's usually what I do, if it's necessary, because now in the Southern Hemisphere, they're coming into fall. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to concentrate on the planet. We're going to pick 3 cards. I'm not even looking, and we'll see what arises. All right, so our first card, very exactly opposite to what I just said. So this one, says that what is coming is, you could say there's more heat in certain areas. There could be more heat.
Yeah. What is the card for those that can't read it?
It's Ace of Batons. So what can happen is that our energy starts to surge. Now, I'd say for the description I just gave, our energy should be surging here as it is spring. And, even if you're in the Southern Hemisphere and it's fall, that's harvest season. So likely for a lot more people, there's energy surging. But the second card says, well, you might have energy. So interesting. I love picking cards and seeing that I picked from all over the deck. I didn't pick next to each other, and yet we still get a fire card. This is 8 of Batons. So if you look at this fire energy coming up, and then the 8 of Batons comes in, this is where the energy can operate too quickly. So that would make sense now to me that, okay, the energy should be coming in whether spring or fall. But if there's too much, it gets too speedy. We move too quickly.
Did we burn out, or?
Well, it's going to depend on the individual, right? So if the energy is too fast, it's coming in too quickly. It's surging up into the system. It starts to move quickly. It could even be that it's activating thinking, I shouldn't be tired. So the fire could say, all right, you gotta slow down. Obviously, swiftness of fire isn't that good. Like imagining fire, taking off in a house or, in a forest, that's not very good. So it would operate too quickly. Now, it can be, the thing is, it can be advantageous if you're harvesting, because you only have a certain period of time. What if a frost comes, right? But let's say for us, somebody just told me they're only an hour and a half, 2.5 hours away from me, and they just got snow. Now, if you're really quick and you start planting your seeds, that first snow could be problematic. Likely it's not, but could be. I'm just pointing out that, all right, if this energy is coming up for us, be cautious with the rapidity of which you're doing things. Think it through, right? And thinking is not a fire card. Fire is just sort of this impulsive energy. So you may need to bring in, well, where am I going to use my impulsive energy? Where am I going to use it? Don't go too quickly and use all of it. And our last card comes up, the Emperor. So obviously everything I just said is going to succeed. That means it's going to ground. It's a very masculine week, meaning where this fire energy is coming up and going to be used in activity. We've got a lot of activity to do, but it says the Emperor, which means, I'm going to properly use my energy, even if I find it surging up a bit much. I can still make sure that I throw a little bit of earth on it and ground it. That's kind of what the Emperor do. He holds all the qualities. So he would know how to use fire. He would know how to use intellect. He can get impulsive as well when you've got this sort of impulsive card next to him. He can be that way. So, but it says, no, we're going to manage it. Should I pick one more and see if we actually
because that card himself, he looks quite fiery with all the colors.
He does look fiery, he does, but it's not necessarily what we refer to him as. But he does have to use a lot of energy to take care of his empire, right? So that can be someone, doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman, it's taking care of your home. There are a lot of things to do, taking care of your business. We've all got, if you have kids and you have a partner and you have money and you have repair. I mean, there's so much to take care of.
There's so much to do. Like this week, I'm having a few days of like sorting my life out days because there's so much to do. It's like, I have to stop work. I have to get on with this stuff. Otherwise.
Well, there you go. So your life is a great example of what's going on here. Yeah, that's really good. All right, let's see. So now we're kind of looking at, because it ends on the Emperor, which is really good. It's like, we're going to manage all of it. So we'll just ask, well, how is the planet, all of us on the planet? I mean, it's a lot of people, right?
A few.
How we
couldn't count them in a week, could you?
I'm really drawn to this card. Look at that, another fire card.
Wow.
It says we will be victorious, we'll succeed in doing it. The only thing that, despite it being a victory card, he's going to manage. It's the 6 of batons.
Oh, 6, yeah.
Right. So, okay. So yeah, all right, we're going to succeed. But as a reader, if I look at all the cards and all this, but your first reaction is, So I would still say you need to make sure you're grounding this week. Like at the minimum, if you're high energy and you're healthy and you can go and do things, great. But some of us a little older, some of us, been doing too much over time, you need to, definitely watch out. Make sure you're really sitting in your Emperor and going, all right, am I managing what needs to be managed? Am I getting help where I need help? Emperors are not afraid to ask for help. They'll turn around and go, okay, you do this, delegating, right? So you might need help. Like you just said, I'm going to take a couple of days for myself to organize my life. Sure, that's help that you get. Otherwise you'd never be able to do it. Or you could have done it another way. You could have said, I'm going to keep working and let somebody else hire somebody to take care of the little silly things that I need taking care of.
So wash my car, going.
All right. So in whatever way we're managing it quite well. I'm very happy to see this, quite frankly. I missed doing a reading last week because I had some doctor's appointments to get to and just took a lot of my time. But there was a lot of mind stuff coming up last week, which is interesting. Just all this mental stuff on the planet. And I wasn't too happy with that reading. I tried to make it as positive as possible, but I was not impressed. But this is rather impressive as a reading. Like I'd have to say quite impressive, meaning so much fire. And we even added a card and it still said, we're going to work it through. So we'll find out how you do this week. Me too. I'm not going to be necessarily organizing my life, but there are certain things I have to do for my body, body care that has been a struggle for me for a long time. So it's kind of exciting to see this because there's some changes my doctors have asked me to do, and it's not easy. It's a little difficult. So it's going to be interesting to see. There's something on my cards. If you see me working, there's like, I don't know, some goop on them. And I'm taking it off. There's just goop. I'm like you, I need to go organize everything. Right, everyone. Well, have a great week, and maybe we'll do this next week as well, or look at maybe just one card.
See what
we'll think of ideas and give us ideas. And also remember, our course is up. It's all in the description, right? So, sign up. It's a year course. You're going to have a blast learning things. And then when the membership opens up, you could join, and then you could ask me questions and, in the Q&As every week. So there's a lot of good stuff going on, especially if you want to learn tarot.
Yeah, come and play. Come and ask us questions. And if you have questions, pop them in the chat and we'll get to them in a video.
Yes.
Cool.
Take care.
Right,
Bye,
take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.